A human trying to survive on raw food today would need to eat for 9 hours straight. Every single day. Not 9 hours of meals, 9 hours of constant chewing. Just to get enough calories to stay alive. Ancient humans did exactly that. For 3 million years. And they were still starving. This is not the story of brave hunters eating fresh kills around a fire. This is the story of desperate scavengers eating things that would make you physically sick. Things that built the brain you are using right now. Let me show you what your ancestors actually put in their mouths before fire existed. Here is what nobody tells you about ancient humans and food. They were not hunters first, they were thieves. Specifically, they stole from lions. After a lion killed something and ate its fill, ancient humans moved in, not bravely, carefully, nervously, watching the vultures circle, moving fast. They were not at the top of the food chain. They were somewhere in the middle, scavenging whatever was left after the real predators were done. But what they found on those bones, nobody else could reach. The inside. Lions have incredibly strong jaws. Hyenas even stronger, but neither can crack the thickest leg bones of large animals. Ancient humans used sharp rocks to crack those bones open, and inside was bone marrow, the richest, most calorie-dense food on the prehistoric savanna. A food source that predators 10 times their size could not access. Ancient humans were not brave. They were clever enough to eat what everyone else left behind, but bone marrow was not always available. So what else did they eat? Tubers. Hard, starchy underground roots dug from dry, cracked earth. Raw, tough, almost impossible to chew properly. And here is the brutal math. Raw tubers give you almost nothing. Human bodies extract less than half the calories from raw starch compared to cooked starch. They were eating enormous amounts of food and still running on empty. Here is something scientists discovered that nobody talks about. Researchers studied what happens when modern humans try to live on raw food alone. About 30% of women on long-term raw diets stopped having periods completely. Their bodies were so starved of calories that reproduction itself shut down. Ancient human women faced this constantly, bodies choosing survival over reproduction, because there simply was not enough fuel. So when marrow was gone and tubers gave nothing, what else was there? This next part is going to be uncomfortable. Insects, not as a treat, constantly, by the handful. Termites, grubs, beetles, larvae, all raw, all the time. This sounds disgusting to us. To ancient humans it was just breakfast. Here is the thing nobody wants to admit. Insects have more protein per gram than beef. Ancient humans were doing the nutritional math correctly. They just did not have a stove. And then there was the food that nobody mentions at all, clay. Ancient humans ate clay, on purpose, regularly. Not because they were confused. Because clay contains minerals that were impossible to get from savanna food alone. Calcium, iron, zinc, all locked inside the mud under their feet. Eating dirt was not stupidity. It was survival chemistry that took 3 million years to figure out. Now here is why all of this matters more than you realize. For 3 million years ancient humans were locked in a cycle they could not break. Growing brains needed more calories. Raw food could not provide enough. Brains could not grow further. 3 million years ago the human brain was the size of an orange. For almost 2 million of those years, it barely changed. The brain needed more fuel. The fuel did not exist yet. Stalemate. Something had to break the cycle. And what broke it was not intelligence, not planning. It was an accident. A wildfire swept across the savanna and cooked everything in its path. Afterwards the landscape was scorched, black, silent, and on the ground, animals that did not escape, already cooked by the fire. The smell hit them first. That smell was not random attraction. Cooking creates chemical reactions that produce aromas hardwired into the human brain as signals of safe, high-calorie food. Your brain has that same wiring right now. It is why the smell of anything cooking makes you instantly hungry, even if you just ate. Ancient humans approached the cooked animal, hesitated, then ate, and felt something they'd never felt before. Full. Actually full, for the first time in human history. Not the half-hungry state of 9 hours of raw food eating. Actually. Full. And the extra calories from that one cooked meal went somewhere they had never gone before. Straight to the brain. The brain grew. Then grew again. Then again from the size of an orange to 3 times that size. In a geological eye blink. And with that extra brain came something that had never existed before. Language. Tools that actually worked. The ability to plan ahead. Community. Art. Everything. All of it cascading from one desperate hungry scavenger who ate something that was already burning. Not because they were a genius. Not because they had a plan. Because they were hungry enough to try something new. Once ancient humans connected fire to food, everything changed at once. The jaw got smaller, no longer needed for hours of raw chewing. The gut got shorter. Raw plant fiber no longer needed a massive digestive system. The time spent eating dropped from 9 hours to under 2. That freed time was the most revolutionary thing that ever happened to our species. Because for the first time, ancient humans had time to think. Not about where the next meal was, but about something further ahead. The future. So what did ancient humans actually eat before fire? Scraps from lion kills that no predator bothered to crack open. Raw tubers dug from dry earth that gave back almost nothing. Insects by the handful. Clay from riverbeds. Organs from animals already dead when they arrive. For 9 hours a day. Every single day. Still not enough. Not because they were primitive. because they were doing exactly what they had to do to survive long enough to find something better. And one day, because of a wildfire they did not start and could not control, they found it. One desperate bite. 3 million years of struggling, and suddenly enough. And the next time you smell something cooking and feel instantly hungry, that is 3 million years of your ancestors finally getting enough to eat, hardwired into you. Before language, before tools, before civilization. Your hunger remembers. We evolved. Barely, in fact. The very first human technology was not a weapon, it was a kitchen tool. Modern humans who try raw food diets lose an average of 10 kilograms and stay underweight permanently. The Hadza tribe of Tanzania, one of the last hunter-gatherer groups on Earth, still eats many of these same foods today. 2 billion people eat insects today, regularly, intentionally. They are just more honest about it than we are. This behavior, eating Earth for minerals, is called geophagy, and it still happens in 30 countries today. The only thing that kept ancient humans going those 3 million years was extraordinary flexibility. They would eat almost anything. And they did. Scientists estimate that cooking increased the calories available from food by up to 30%. That 30% built the entire human brain. To put that in perspective, the human brain uses 20% of all the energy your body produces. It is the most expensive organ evolution has ever created. Without cooking, without those freed calories, you would not be able to read, think abstractly, or watch YouTube. Desperation drove one of the greatest biological revolutions in the history of life on Earth, and here is the final thing that will stay with you. Every great thing humans have ever built, every city, every piece of art, every scientific discovery, traces back to one thing. Not intelligence, not ambition, not planning. One desperate meal that happened to be warm. The same brain that looked at a burning savanna and thought, wait, is in your head right now. 3 million years of hunger. One accidental meal. And you, the brain that grew from one desperate bite, is the same brain reading these words right now. Barely.